And that is where Rotimi Amechi comes in. You know, Rotimi Amechi, the Ubima Judas Iscariot, has been in government for 24 years. He should know better. He should know better than majority of us. And when he came out and he said, what do you want anybody to say that Nigerians don't know? They never react. They are cowards. Just wasting your time trying to say what do you want to say that they don't know? He too, being part of the system that destroyed Nigeria, is kind of temporarily, or I don't know, is for now out of that power. Okay? Is not part of those who are currently lashing out a shege onto Nigerians now. So, he can now talk. Again, it is not about Amechi dear. It is going to be Amechi coming out to confirm things that you have heard on Mayegun's Diary Politico severally. Some of them they have gotten you angry because to you, they can't be true. But when the criminals themselves comes out, when they are no longer in that, when they are no longer in active service, it is better to use their words to remind you that those who are there today, lying to you, okay, doing what they can to keep you completely mentally suppressed and oppressed. One day, they too, they are not going to be in active service. And you are spending all your time now trying to defend them and find excuses for them. Some of you will say you don't like Mayegun because of them. But in 4 years, in 8 years, in whatever years, when they are no longer in active service, they will come out and say exactly what Mayegun said. By then, majority of your lives would have been ruined, because that is what they are really good at. Before Amechi, let me tell you this. Rotimi Amechi, as a PDP member, was the Speaker of the Rivers State House of Assembly for 8 years. In 2007. From 2007 to 2015. From 2019 to 2007. What am I even saying? 1999 rather. 1999 to 2007, Amechi was the Speaker, while Odili was Governor. 2007 to 2015, Amechi was Governor of Rivers State. Now, 2014 and 2015, Amechi left PDP to join the formation of APC, Egbekegbe. Then Amechi became a minister for another 8 years under Bokuwari. Right? Now, that Amechi was out yesterday to remind, was it yesterday or even today? It was today. To remind Nigerians when they were asking him about the state of Nigeria right now. Amechi would have been your president too, if nobody say Pablo Escobar has a more deeper pocket, Jagabandits. Amechi came second in a highly monetized APC, Egbekegbe presidential primaries. That was the primaries where delegates were being given $30,000 cash. You remember? Have you forgotten? Tifnubu had to give delegate $30,000. Those delegates, I don't know if they still have the money anyway. Long story short, after that, Amechi became someone that you can possibly call a lone ranger. He lost his political capital, his political base, and so many other things like that. Now, Amechi said, well, you allowed all of us. He's not even arguing that he's a thief. No. In his own case, Amechi is not saying he's not a thief. Amechi is not saying he's not a criminal. What Amechi is saying is that, well, Nigerians knows them as criminals. They know them as certificate forgers. They know them as whatever you want to know them, and you saw them as, right? But what do you do about it? You just complain, you rant, you lament. It's the same Nigerians that are still going to vote for them. So what do you want him to say? What do you want him to do? To become your Malcolm X, Abi, Martin Luther King. If you don't do anything, you would have to remain like that, because he said Nigerians are not ready for good governance. But mind you, this won't be the first time that Rotimi Amechi, the Ubima Judas Iscariot, will say this. He's never shied away from telling all of you, but he knows Nigerians. He said Nigerians are natural cowards, and he is very right. Some will say, no, it's some Nigerians, Papa. And you go choose where you belong. If you don't say you not be coward, of course, everything where you they think, you won't wait for another person before you will do what you think you want to do. Do you know that? But we are waiting for people to lead you then. Amechi is right. In 2014, Amechi said, you people don't stone them. The moment you come out and they bring out soldiers, you will run away. 8 months after that, Rotimi Amechi became a minister under Buhari. Look at this.
There must be mass action. There must be mass action. I continue to say people must come out to the street. You see, one thing about Nigeria is the moment they see the police and the army, they run away. And that's because most of the people who come out actually are not poor people. They are rich men or rich men's children who want to enjoy themselves. The day the poor hit the street, then all of us will be on the run.
All of you will be on the run?
Including you, you're already on the run, so you're in America here.
Yeah, you're right. But seriously, are there times that when the elites, the people in political power in Nigeria, the rich people, which you all meet all the time, are there times that you're afraid that one day the poor could actually come out?
No, I don't know about others, but me, I do. I believe that one day, if we're not careful, in fact, what we're doing, if you ask me, is not revolutionary. What we're doing, the 7 of us and the rest governors who support us, is to save the ruling class from themselves. Because actually, the way we're going to self-destruct. Or the way we're going, people will rise up one day and come after us.
Do you think other people are worried about that?
No, I don't know. I've never had that discussion. I know people are worried about the way the country is going, but I don't know whether they are worried to the point that there could be a revolution by the poor. Nobody knew that what happened in Tunisia would happen, because Tunisia was a police state. Don't forget that.
Yeah.
But it took the burning of one person.
Certain Malaysia.
Yes. That got Tunisia to where it is now.
This was when they were all rooting for Buhari. Jonathan was president at the time. And according to Amechi, like the G-string governors of 2023, Amechi and his crew, Amechi was governor, okay? There was this other guy, they were like about 7, they formed rebel against Jonathan in PDP. So according to them, they needed to save Nigeria. The unemployment rate in Nigeria at the time was 8.5%. The exchange rate of Nigerian naira to dollar was at 145 naira to $1. Nigeria's economy was the biggest in Africa at the time, but Jonathan was considered to be a doom that they must save Nigerians from. So they were rooting for Buhari. 3 years after he made that statement and he became a minister, he was caught having a chat with Nigerians 3 years under Buhari. Listen to this.
These are not things you publish. If you publish it, you will never see it anything. 3 years of Buhari, everybody is dying, crying. President are crying, farmers are crying, workers are crying, politicians are crying, students are crying. 3 years old. But the rate of poverty is very high. People are hungry. Nigeria will never change. So you should learn to gossip with your
They should learn to gossip with us because you chose to do that with us, and we appreciate it.
I've written to the governor of Katsina. I don't know why I have not replied. To give us land in Daura for the university. That's one. So the university in Daura. The next university will be my village. The University of Transportation. Why are you laughing now? All of you are graduates of one. There's a common saying when we are small. Charity begins where? My own begin abroad. The president is not listening to anybody. He doesn't care. He can write anything he wants to write. The president doesn't care. Does he read? He will read, he will laugh. He say, come and see, they are abusing me here. In fact, there was one case of somebody in Naija, a trader who couldn't sell his goods during Salah. And I was with a guy in the plane. And the man was busy abusing Buhari. Because of Buhari, nobody buying this. He said, come, what's my business with Onisha goat seller? This country won't change, I swear. Nothing can, the only way this country can change is if everybody's killed.
Okay, how's it?
Yeah, this country is going nowhere. Nothing, even if you divide the country into 10, it will still not change. No, I'm not joking you. When Magnus was my SSG, I told him this country is hopeless and helpless. So I stop it now. Coming from a governor, nobody, don't be saying that. When 2 months in Abuja, so this country is hopeless and helpless. I say why? He say you're right. The only thing in Abuja is share money. They don't work. These are not things.
So these were actually documented evidence of somebody who knows better, telling everyone that, you allow us to do what we want to, or you will still see one weary that is going to say, Amechi is crying because Tinubu no give him appointments. We are talking about your life, the life of your own children, if you have any. It's being blown away. It's like, your life is like that paper that is being set on fire and it's just going up like that. The ashes is going up in smoke. And all you care about is Amechi is not being given an appointment. That's why he's crying. Are you being serious? Well, he said that at the time, and they all laughed. They all laughed. Amechi, Rotimi Amechi, was the one who was going to build a rail line from Kano to Maradi in Niger Republic, with Nigeria's borrowed money. Meanwhile, there is actually no real connection between the port city of Lagos from the western Nigeria to the eastern Nigeria, where Amechi himself comes from, to facilitate trade. Now, in case if you don't understand this, may I explain them to you better. Niger Republic is considered to be landlocked. They don't have any real seaport to bring in their own goods. So what they usually do is they use Benin Republic or Nigeria seaport, so that they will now truck their goods from Nigeria through the northern Nigeria to Niger, or from Benin Republic through Semeboda, through Nigeria and all that. So they always, according to Amechi, they always complain of police extortions on the road, taking money from them, or the insecurity in Nigeria being this or that. So according to Amechi, Nigeria should go and borrow $6.5 billion to build a rail line from Kano to Maradi in Niger Republic. And guess what? The total trade balance between Niger Republic and Nigeria annually is put at $410 million. It not even reach half a billion dollars. Nigeria Amechi, to satisfy Bokwari, was moving Nigeria to borrow money in building rail line to Niger for Niger Republic. People scream at the time, "Are you mad, Dini? What did they worry you? Why are you people like this? What is wrong with you?" And he came out and he said, Chinese will not give their money to build railway from Lagos to Port Harcourt. They will only give their money to build railway from Kano to Maradi, and Nigeria will pay the full money. The same Rotimi Amechi was also, he also spent 3 years and finally 8 years or 7 years in ensuring that Nigeria that has become so broke, financially bankrupt, under his boss, Bokwari at the time, this same Rotimi Amechi used the scarce resources to go and build a university in Daura for Bokwari. They called it University of Transportation. It is one of those wasteful ideas in trying to seek favor, not for the benefit of anybody, but just for self-aggrandizement. It is similar to the Kaduna refinery. Remember that Nigeria crude oil is controlled not by the owners of the crude oil. I am talking about the indigenous people of the southern part of Nigeria who actually owns the crude and the gas. The owners are mostly from northern Nigeria, who inherited them from their own parents, and possibly who inherited them or who got them from their own political friends at one time or another. These criminals decided to use Nigeria money to build a refinery in Kaduna, and it's a desert. It's actually like a dry land. Kaduna has no crude oil or nothing. So they said they built refinery in Kaduna because of insecurity in Niger Delta. Because the Niger Delta terrorists called militants usually blow up the refineries, or there are those who are not allowing the refineries to work, which is not true. These criminals decided to use billions of borrowed money to build refineries in Kaduna that doesn't, and never, in any time, refined any crude. Not even a drop of kerosene has been manufactured or refined in that place for the past 8 years. But guess what? Every year, they have a bill for their staff that is over 45 billion naira. They have a budget of over 200 billion naira. Can you believe that? And 99% of those who are there are from northern Nigeria. Majority of them have never seen what crude oil looks like, except for the prototype they probably put on a shelf in their office there. They never refined anything, but they always have a bill to pay salary. People are earning God's salary from a refinery that's indeed not working. They called it, they also have another one in Kaduna. They call it a dry port in Kaduna. Dry ports. You understand? So all of these waste were financed by this Rotimi Amechi. Okay? By the time it was done, 90% of the project he facilitated through borrowed money remained uncompleted. And that is also a fact. But like I said, Rotimi Amechi is not saying they are not thieves. He's not saying they are not crooks. He is not in any way defending all they have done. Okay? What he is saying is that Nigerians allowed it. Okay? You allowed it. And everything that is happening today, you allowed it. Did any of the politicians tell you that they are not thieves? They are not forgers. They are not certificate forgers, or they are not drug dealers and all those things. Even if you see them doing the crime face to face, you will still see the coward, impoverished, brainwashed Nigerians that will still defend them and say, and so. So it's just a reminder from the mouth of Amechi himself, if you care.
The beginning is to say to you that if some Nigerians were telling you that you shouldn't have given me opportunity to speak, tell them that so many television houses and individuals had approached me to speak on different issues, since I left office, and I declined. Two reasons why did I decline? Two reasons. My publicist said don't speak, and I chose to be my publicist. And he's very angry that I'm speaking today. He knows. Second reason, what is new to say? Nigerians don't react to anything. Has any politician told you that he's not a thief? Tell me one politician that has told you that he's not a thief. Tell me one. I don't know why you're gathering forgery, no forgery. What politician told you that he didn't forge? Which politician told you he went to university? Which politician told you he served in NYSC? Which politician told you he has a certificate? Nigerians know and still vote for them. So what's your problem? No, tell me what's your problem? So I said, why should I speak when already there's nothing new? Okay, you observe Buhari's period. I will leave Port Harcourt 1 a.m. Arrive Abuja, leave Abuja 3 a.m. Somebody said they made Buhari. Did I say anything? I didn't say anything. It's not important. Nigerians choose who to believe and who not to believe. Nigerians choose who to vote and who not to vote. Even if you come to a Nigerian man's house and kill the mother, the father will continue his life. Nothing bothers you. Nothing. So why do I waste my time? Yes, that's the original. So give it to me. You see it? So that you won't say tomorrow he brought photocopies. But when we get there, that is when we're talking about Buhari's government. So there's nothing that our chairman said that is new. Absolutely not new. I've said it several times. I've taken so many risks. I've said too many things. The fight from Goodluck's government to Buhari's government, you all knew about it. My aircraft was seized. I was shot at. If I was killed, what would happen? Nothing. So you would die a useless life. So what did I choose? I chose to stay in my house quietly. Fortunately for me, I got admission to study in Nigerian law school. And rule number one is, like they told me if I came here, you are our property. You have no right to go anywhere unless we permit you. That's the rule in the Nigerian law school. So anybody who says, why have I not seen you? I'm a student of Nigerian law school. Until I graduate, I can't disobey them. So I chose not to speak again because there is nothing to say and because Nigerians will do absolutely nothing. If you say it's a line up 10 Nigerians and shoot them tomorrow and nothing will happen. If you say it's a in fact, the worst thing about Nigerians is that even when you claim you're not committing any crime and they pick you up tomorrow, we said it is a thief. Nigerians will join. They will cross it and you go to prison for nothing. The greatest fear I have is being found in prison for nothing. And you can be found in prison for doing. So I don't want to repeat what I used to say before because you hold it against me. Those who are close to me know. We repeated yesterday. I will just only use one word. I won't use the rest. I say it's a hopeless situation. Did they lie? So let's go a bit further. Let's go a bit further. You will be shocked that I won't talk about Buhari's government for two reasons. And I won't talk about President Tinubu's government. One reason why I won't talk about Buhari's government, I'm a participant. But they asked me that question yesterday. What moral reason do you have to criticize Buhari's government, having been part of it? That was the argument. I do, if I want to argue it. But, again, that was a huge debate amongst us. And we are all agreed I should say nothing about the government. So I now told them, if I will say nothing about Buhari's government, I will also say nothing about President Tinubu's government. Because you know the problem. Instead of Nigerians finding solutions to their problem, they are committing suicide. I'm praying for you every day that you should continue to commit suicide so that by the time I wake up one day, all of you have died. I can now reap the benefit of your death by taking those things. What other people resist, like in Ghana, as is going on now, like in Kenya, is what Nigerians, no worry, not be 4 years. After 4 years, he will go. The man wins the second time, whether by magic or by crook or by reason. You know, not only 8 years. No be good luck, no be good luck don't go so, no be why don't go so. He go soon go, and that person will come and repeat the same thing. You'll be saying that until the day God will come. For those of us who are Christians. So I have chosen to be like you, say nothing here and.
Did you get the message? If you are fighting for Nigerians, I advise you, number one, don't fight for Nigerians, okay? When they are ready to fight for themselves, they will fight for themselves. But you should be ready to fight for yourself, like I am doing. Speak out, mobilize, organize, enlighten, and do everything within your capacity to ensure that you have active citizens who are ready until when you have the number. When you are fighting for Nigerians, don't use your two hands, fighting for them, because if you choose to fight for Nigerians, you have to use one hand in fighting their oppressors, the criminals they worship. The second hand, you have to use that to protect yourself, Neil, from Nigerians that are going to be hitting you with stone, with stick, telling you that who send you? Now who send you? Say me you the fighter. Waiting be your business. Leave them alone. Mayegun, leave Tinubu alone and face your life. Mayegun, what is your problem? What is your problem? Leave him alone. Where's your father? You this go and look for a job. You this Mayegun, go and look for life. Now Nigerians be that sure you get. So at the end of the day, it will surprise you, or should I say, it will shock you, that by the time you bring back your two arms, you will have more scars from Nigerians that are ready to lynch you than the scars you are going to get from fighting the criminals by facing them. I know they fight for anybody. Make everybody just be ready to fight for his own right. There is no Messiah coming to come and save anybody. I keep saying that. And you need to remember that always. Because Messiah can't ball anywhere. So Amechi is saying that even if you kill some people, Papa kill their mama, the way they have been so enslaved, they will tell you, say, if my papa and mama no do something bad, Tifnubu no go kill them. Honestly. So that is why Amechi was like, if I get killed or I go to prison, he saw his own people, killing other people who criticized them. I mean, jailing people who did nothing. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is currently locked up in DSS cell. He did nothing. Nothing. Criminal, no to law. Sure you get. But he's locked up. And what did Nigeria do? We not tell you. Like Amechi said, when they see their, neighbor, that they're already chorusing that we don't even know what thing they do for a living, and he's arrested for something, whether he did it or he didn't do it, the society will be like, you don't hear them, they don't arrest your friend. They say it's armed robbery. I told you, that guy no clean. I told you. So they are not in any way, the society itself cares no hoot about anybody. They don't give a damn about you. So if you now have a chance of robbing them, of cheating them, please don't hesitate to do it, because whether you do it or you don't do it, they don't give a damn. In fact, for not doing it, they may even hate you for it. That's what Amechi is saying. And he's so right. Somebody said, as much as they detest him, he's been honest. He is not saying he's a saint. He's not saying he's not one of them. He categorically said yes. But look at what's going on in Ghana. Look at what is going on all over Africa, where people have actually risen up against the kind of life that their criminal leaders are trying to force on them. But in Nigeria, they cry, rant, and then they move on. He's so right. Somebody said it is so painful that he's so right. And there is nothing anyone can do about it. Seems so, yeah? But there's another part I actually wanted to also listen to. This one is about him and the lady that was in charge of MPA. That lady, that one, the lady in blue. Okay, Adisa Bala, what is that her name again? When Amechi was a Minister of Transportation, she was the one in charge of the Nigerian Port Authority, NPA. Sure you get. Now she's accused of stealing over 70 billion naira. This woman on the left stole 70 billion. Then they later said, no, it wasn't 70 billion, it was 22 billion naira. Now she wrote a book to say people who are accusing her of stealing money, they were those. She stood on their toes, including Amechi. And she now spoke about how Amechi was using MPA to loot money, right? And she stopped that, and Amechi wanted that gone. Another thing, so Amechi now had to say, no be waiting up with that too. So in his own words, listen.
She stepped on no toes. Go back to the hotel now and get me that copy. So what I want you to join is, there's a huge debate in the past 6 months since I wrote that book, whether I should respond or not. And I chose that I will respond today. 90% of my friends said I should not. In fact, there's somebody who is not here today because I said I will respond. 10%, including my wife, forget my wife. Whatever I say is sacrosanct to my wife. But including my wife says I should proceed and respond. I want to know. I want to know whether I should respond or ignore. And Ike is on the side of people who say I should respond. My very good friends and very important friends feel that you will be making my former managing director of MPA important. But the lies were too many. For instance, she claims that she was not indicted by the panel. I have left the first page of my list into the last, talking about the last now, Buhari's government. Now, she says she wasn't indicted by the panel. 10 counts, she was found guilty on all the 10 counts. I even came with a copy of the memo to the president, in which the president endorsed her removal. And we took the president, count 1, this is count 1, this is the position of the panel. Panel says she's guilty. These are the reasons why she's guilty. Count 2, including the fact that an managing director of MPA with 2.5 million naira approval limit can approve 2.8 billion naira contract. No appropriation. Including the fact that BBP found that even if I were to approve, despite the lack of appropriation, you are overpriced by 58 million naira. So tell them to refund the 58 million naira having awarded the contract. Why is that document not public? Prominent Nigerians are involved. She gave waivers to prominent Nigerians, which she has no power to give. And these are dollars agreeable to Nigerian economy. But she was bold to write a book. Or is it a pamphlet? And Nigerians were following her, launching the book. So how would Nigeria move forward? But let's wait until they bring the original copy. Because if I give you the photocopy now, you say it's fake. I will show you the original, but I won't allow you to read it because you see the names of those prominent Nigerians that were indicted by the panel. That the panel said they should refund the money. I would rather leave the areas that concern her and leave those prominent Nigerians. They didn't look for my trouble. We printed only 4 copies. 2 of them had been stolen. So she thought that my own copy too had been stolen. I checked until 3 days ago the copy came up. From nowhere I saw it and I said to everybody, look, if it was not God, how would this copy just suddenly emerge? Now that I have it, don't you think I should respond and show the
Nuisance Lele.
I knew he was going to mention God. So that is why I was like, hey, hold up, stop there, stop right there. Don't bring God into this again, okay? Somebody said when he knocked off those microphones in front of him, he was about to lie. So when you're about to lie, you may just have to take a breath and then create a distraction so that you can easily, quickly gather your thoughts. Where do you want to start from? And he lied. Sure you get. So, and then he was talking about God and all of that stuff. But did you hear where he's calling some people prominent Nigerians? Prominent criminals are those who are parading themselves as prominent Nigerians. And then the voluntary slaves, because it's like that is what they now call the Lagos Abobakus, the Oshogbo Alimajiris. They are calling them voluntary slaves. They get upset when people who dress so smart and nice and clean shaved, drive nice cars. I'm talking about criminals. So when they are called criminals, voluntary slaves, they get upset. Can you call your papa criminal? Can you call your mama criminal? Because my papa and mama are not criminals, for goodness sake. And listen, when the true born, I'm talking about when the freeborns are having conversation, let voluntary slaves, please, please leave the room. I mean, Amechi knows you very well. And indeed, just for the theatrical show off and all that, he has dropped a reality that if anyone actually has a problem with reasoning or something like that, this one is actually not that hard to process. I said, you are done for. Nigeria is done for. And indeed, even if you act and continue to live in denial, the reality will continue to stare you right there on your face, right? And just prick you and continue to kind of trouble your conscience too. That is, if you are not yet a victim, that should be used as an example to those who still don't think it can happen to them. Nigeria is done for.